Yeah.
Yes, the podcast. It's
Yes, the
here.
podcast. It's here. It's real.
Hello.
It's happening, hasn't it?
It's finally here after weeks of
Well, more like 1 week, and most of that was just thinking of the name, which we didn't even think of. Our friend at possibly Sebo on Twitter.com thought of it for us. Thank you so much, my little man.
yeah,
We should say who we are.
yeah, too bad Sebo wasn't committed to the podcast.
Yeah. There's gonna be a guest, whatever. Anyways,
It's gonna happen. Hello.
yes, I am Velectric, Avelectric6 on Twitter.com, and my friend here is my co-host.
Yes, hello, I'm Tyc-Loud. That's how you say it. I've had my name misread so many times. It's funny.
Really? Like, how can you say
been happening. It's been happening since 2011.
Can you give me some examples?
So people refer to me as TYC at first,
TYC, yeah.
and then there's Tick, which is which is technically the correct way to pronounce it.
Oh, that makes sense. My
Not
name has
here
been
for
pronounced.
the technicals.
Yeah. My name has been pronounced Veltric a couple times. They just do not see that little E in there. Or I don't know how that goes, but
Oh, the worst pronunciation of my username was when I subscribed to Yurik Salad Bar with Twitch Prime, and he said Tai-C.
oh my god, that one hurts.
It was very funny. I didn't even bother to correct him because I don't know how he could illustrate in text form how to pronounce my username.
Yeah.
I'm of course not going to send him an audio. I'm not going to DM him. I don't know him.
I'm gonna give him some money, just explaining that he's actually super offended that that's not how you pronounce your fucking name.
Get it right.
Oh yeah.
Eric.
Also, explicit language warning, I guess.
Yeah, this is not for your wholesome kid Twitter artist things. This is fully not safe for work. We're going to talk about boobs and cock and everything in between.
Is there much in between that?
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the details, man.
Fair enough. So let's start with a question. It'd be fun to kind of get viewer questions in if this ever, gets viewers. But Twitter artist
put out a
community,
tweet.
huh?
You could put out a tweet, yeah.
Twitter is our main platform for whatever the hell we do. What's your experience in the? Would you consider yourself even a part of the Twitter artist community?
I'm kind of passive in the community. I'm not interacting with all those draw your OC in this style and all that.
You're not even on John Bob's Twitter banner.
No.
If you're not on John Bob's Twitter banner, are you even human? All right.
What are you? Are you real? We're here to make fun of everyone equally.
Essentially.
If you're a Twitter artist and we follow you,
fuck you.
Is that too harsh?
No, it's not. If it's too harsh,
compared
they're
to the
just not
stuff
gonna
we
listen.
said last night. Holy shit!
They shouldn't know. No. I know personally, I've been in sort of Twitter artist game for around maybe 2 years. It was late fall 2018, I believe, when I really started posting content. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been doing illustrations since 2015. Although I don't have them archived or anything. I have one small thing, and it was posted on DeviantArt before I ditched that in my old username.
Oh yeah, I never touched DeviantArt, and believe it or not, I got my start on Amino and Miiverse. That's where I first started getting my artist community, tastes in there. Amino much less, because I'll Miiverse, man. Miiverse on the Wii U. You ever have one?
I have not had a Wii U.
No one did. Just me. But
it was just you and 2 other people.
I'm sure you've seen the memes, but I swear, I wonder if I'm kind of looking around and wondering if I can find someone who's like, did I know this person on Miiverse? Is this because I feel there's some people, I swear to God, they might be from there. I might recognize him, but I don't know. What's your follower count?
My follower count is like 202 right now.
202.
Early on, they were like, since I made fan art of certain, I guess you could say controversial YouTubers, I got a small following from that. And then I put myself out there in like a friend's community, or a friend of a friend, I should say.
Okay. What community was that?
It was Starfy. I'm
Okay.
sure you've heard of him. Starfy.
Yeah.
Starfy Rocks. I think that's his name. And that's where I met Fossil Bro and Bluefrit before he unfollowed me.
Bluefrit unfollowed you? Bruh.
Yeah, it's kind of understandable, considering the amount of people that I follow. I'm sure on the blockchain Twitter, you see a lot of unga bungas.
Yeah. I know. Personally, when I started doing Twitter stuff, it was because I got my first PC. And I always wanted to do digital art, alright? And then I got the tablet and everything, and it was like, awesome. Cool. I already had a mic, too, because actually my old drawing tablet and the mic was my sister's. But she was kind enough to let me have them.
Wow.
I've upgraded since then, but yeah. My first sort of...
I actually got my start on Google Plus.
Oh my god.
As a 3D artist on a obscure program at this point, which I don't necessarily want to get into.
All right. The Google Plus or the program?
Both. I ditched Google Plus for Twitter because of the new UI that came on Google Plus before that shut down.
The new UI is running in for Twitter, and that's gonna.
Yeah, I'm currently looking for another obscure social media site.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Twitter's as obscure as you can get. Listen here. No, but I kind of got my start, not necessarily in the community, quote unquote, because, well, kind of Twitch, honestly. I used to stream, and this is kind of a evolution of that. I used to stream a long time ago on twitch.tv. I had Twitch friends, other Twitch friends. They were also on Twitter that gave me my boost, They don't like each other anymore. I'm not going to say who it was, but that's a story for another time, because it's a really funny story, at least from my perspective. But at least the surface layer stuff. But yeah. And then things started happening, things were rolling, I started figuring things out. I was like, okay, essentially what I have to do to become large on Twitter is suck everyone else's dick. So...
And that's how you get big on Instagram as well.
That's how you get big anywhere, man.
You suck the right person off, you'll get big.
Nothing is wrong with sucking dick. Alright? Especially if it's good.
We encourage that to everyone.
Yeah.
Of legal age consent in your local state.
18, baseline. Which I actually turned 18 recently. My birthday was April 23rd. And now I am the sex age. Yes.
And now you're going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. In more ways than one. How old are you, Tyc?
Oh, I turned 18 in January.
Oh, yeah. We're both that sort of age.
We can finally release our OnlyFans.
Oh, I wish. If the podcast gets big enough, we'll see. We'll supply the demand.
Not yet. We just... Not yet. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
The first thing
we're gonna get past 7 episodes.
Oh, of course we are. I mean, we just record ourselves talking for an hour. But yeah. The first thing I did was make an NSFW account. And what are your opinions on NSFW accounts,
I follow them. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I follow them.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with things like politics, man. Yeah. Some of them might be socialist. Yeah. I just want to see the boob.
Yeah, it's like there's some people that merge their NSFW kind of with their rant account or whatever. So you just kind of have to scroll past that to look at the boobies,
To find the content.
Yes. Fine content.
Well, it's not safe for work artists. Not safe for work artists are pretty talented.
I have my own, not releasing the @ because it's fun to have people try and search for it. There's currently no content on there. There's no content.
Don't write us out.
Yeah. We were doing that last night. We were in a call with Sebo and some other guy.
The boys.
I'd feel bad if I didn't @ him, really say his @ but I do not remember who it was, like his Twitter handle. Tuna, we'll call him.
Yes, Tuna.
And he was on like a wild hunt to try and find my NSFW account, and Sebo had to fucking spoil it. He was just like, it's blank, and I was like, God damn it. Like, he didn't explicitly say that, but he basically said that.
The fool.
That's part of the fun, though. It's part of the fun. You have people hunt for it, search for it. It's so desirable. Even though my style I don't think fits that medium much, that content.
You should do what Frank does and have like anti-porn.
Oh yeah, Frank. What was his @ Frank Pepe or something?
Yeah, it's Frank Pepe.
He's a good friend of ours.
And he's going to be a very special guest when we get around to that.
Well, he's a very special person. We'll say that much. Not that he's mentally impaired. He's
special in the sense that he has.
In his own way.
In the sense that he has so many things to say. He'll make a great guest or a host.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. What program do you use, art-wise?
I switch between I sketch in Paint Tool SI, a program that I don't think a single person in the art community has actually paid for.
That's how it'd be, though.
As well as Krita, because it was the one that Sebo got me into. Like, I was interested and I asked him, and I learned it. I mastered Krita.
Oh, yeah. I never got to doing that.
Even made, like, small bits of animations in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I first got my PC and I was like, oh, wow, I can finally do digital art. What program should I use? I just got, like, all of them. All the free ones I could get my hands on. And there were, like, 3 that I kind of had stick out to me. It was Metabang, Krita, and some other one I don't remember because I think I got rid of it. But yeah, Krita's just been sitting on my computer for years, downloaded, and I'm like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna do it someday because I gotta get out of Metabang. I actually have Clip Studio Paint, and it wasn't like pirated. Like, I legit have it.
Whoa, you paid for it?
No, it came with a tablet.
Bro.
So I did kind of pay for it, but not.
Scamming the man.
I just have a whole bunch of programs where it's like Blender. Don't even get me started, man. I've wanted to do Blender for so long, but I'm like, yes, Cube, and my brain dies from there. I can't handle it.
Leave a like if you installed Blender and never used it.
We're gonna get so famous instantly. But no. I've watched the tutorials, I've done the whole donut thing, and I mess up somewhere, and then it's like, it's eternally fucked, It's like, God damn, this donut isn't a donut anymore. I can't do this, and I close it and never open it again for another 3 months, and I'm like, okay, I'll do this tutorial, and then so the cycle goes. But I swear to God, I would love to make funny little animations in that software. Are you kidding me?
I remember for a good while I used Blender to edit videos.
Oh man, I've also thought of doing that. Do you recommend it? I couldn't figure it out. I hear it's mediocre.
Yeah, it's mediocre. It's like a Movie Maker, but it looks advanced but it acts the same.
Yeah. What would you recommend for video editing? So you do a bit of that? Most programs that I used aren't technically free, but there was one that I used called VideoPad, and there was for a long while. I don't know if it works today, but you could use a code that you could just search up online and redeem it, and you essentially get the program for free. You don't have to pay for shit. Damn.
It was a funny glitch for the longest time, and I used it. But the only reason that I stopped and I started using pirated software. Ooh.
Ooh.
It was It was because at video pad, the performance was very low quality. Like, putting in one effect will make the render go 4 times as long.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I also really want to get into video editing. It's like, I'm that kind of person. I have so many things I have so much time to do these things. I have so much passion to learn these things. But I just don't, no, I don't.
You especially have more time these days.
I'm busy wasting an entire week on a Minecraft server that no one else plays. Well, no, that's the thing. Sebo's Minecraft server that we played on for quite a while, but he never never touched. Because he was saying it's like he made the server, and he was like, "Let us play on the server." Yeah, and he was saying how he was expecting us to just kind of play on it a bit, and then he could like get rid of it or something and add mods, because he plays modded Minecraft. I don't, I like vanilla mostly. But then we actually really started getting into it, and then he was like, "Well, shit."
He did like 2 things in the server and just left us to our own devices.
He kind of made a house in a big hole. Speaking of big hole, in that Minecraft world, Tyc, you
still working on that chunk error.
He's trying to A, dig out an entire chunk in survival, and B, completely annihilate the line Y11 from the world itself. Like from the entire continent that we're on in Minecraft, he wants to eliminate Y11, so no more diamonds could ever go to anyone else.
I went so far and wide in that I ran into Sputnik's strip mine, and every time Andrea tried to strip mine, she ended up finding mine.
Oh yeah, Sputnik at Sputnik Space Hub, I believe, and Andrea, whatever her thing is, I don't remember.
Wasn't it like Andrea_art_34?
She changes it a lot, but
she changes the display name, but not the @ handle itself.
I never look at the @ handle, anyways. But yeah, so I had to, I was doing portal shenanigans, so I made it to like an island far, far away, and I was like, you know what, just start mining here, because it's impossible to mine anywhere else without running into Tyc's little operation.
Watch, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I alternatively made a elevator all the way to the very top of like the world limit, which isn't super impressive, but it's like an automated elevator. Just a fun little project. You could jump off of it. I've never died off the top of it, but like everyone else probably has, like at least once.
Yeah, I don't think Sebo has died on it because he hasn't been on the server at all.
He hasn't died in the server at all yet.
Fucking Scorpio.
Yeah, we were doing that a lot last night. We were looking up astrology star sign stuff. Turns out Sebo's fucking Scorpio.
And then we've been making fun of them ever since.
What's your astrology sign, Tyc?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Found out that's also Nick Cyclones and Ghosties.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Ghosty at Ghost Clementine or something similar. Ghosty Clementine, one of those. Our friend Rad at RadDudeCoolTude on Twitter.com. He's a Cancer. It started like I was taking dumb BuzzFeed quizzes about astrology, and it was like, we can show you your like how much sex you have based on your star sign, and like for me Taurus, it was like you basically have no sex, and then our friend Rad is a Cancer, and it said Cancer, it's like you have all the sex all the time. I was like, God damn it.
Rad, when he finally turns 18, he's going to be an ultra Chad.
No, that's my brand. That's my brand. The funny joke for like a whole 2 months was that. Okay, listen. Let's start the story here. I actually met you and the other friends in Joe's server, was what it was called.
Joe the Bean.
At Joe the Bean, yes, I believe, or something similar. Anyways, it was a Discord server. It's not up anymore due to reasons, but it was like my favorite fucking place ever for a while because I could talk to my friends and do dumb shit. And there's a few running jokes, running gags. And I kid you not, one of the running gags that still kind of goes on to this day is just, I have sex. That's the joke. That's it. And it was the funniest shit. You know, now the joke's kind of evolved into I'm a bottom, which I'm not. Right? Don't get any fucking ideas.
No, you're like 64% top.
That was also the quiz I took. It was like, what percent top you are, depending on your like ice cream choices or whatever. I was 64% top. Yeah, baby.
You were just barely a bottom.
Just barely. Not just barely. 64 is pretty good, you know. If I was more close to 50, that'd be, you know, versatile, which isn't so bad.
Yes.
I don't think you took the quiz, but what would you say? What percentage would you deem yourself?
I don't know, man. I don't explore sex. I just see the boob.
See the boob. That's perfectly fair.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't even see women in real life these days. Have you seen the outdoors?
Well, yeah. I mean, I went on a walk yesterday, or I mean, maybe that was a week ago. I can't tell anymore.
It's been so long. Vel, there's something I must confess. Mm-hmm. I broke the rules.
Oh, God.
Earlier this morning, I went outside on a Friday morning.
Oh, I can't believe you.
I did it. I went outside, I wore this mask, and I looked like I was about to rob someone.
Did you throw rocks at homeless people? Like you usually do?
No, the homeless people weren't there that day.
Were they staying inside too due to coronavirus?
They were staying in hotels for free. Fucking.
Oh, that's actually not bad. That's nice.
Those cheap homeless people taking our hotels.
We are actually gonna get canceled. Anyways, Tyc, you can bleep this if you want, but you live in Vancouver.
No, it's very public that I live in Vancouver, and yet some people are still surprised that I live there. It's on. Sometimes it's on my Twitter banner. It's in my bio. Yeah.
You're Canadian barn, and you don't have that accent to you, like at all. Zero.
No, I consider Vancouver the most American part of Canada.
Yeah. Get behind that. I remember a little while ago, we were going on adventures in Google Earth. We spent like so long just going through like where we live, where each of us lived, and just looking around and Google images, like Google Earth. I found some cool graffiti and stuff in yours, Tyc.
Yes, this neighborhood has a lot of personality displayed, but it's very shitty.
Yeah.
So many people here are very cynical. Like one time when I was going to the convenience store across the street, because those are very close to my apartment. Like I'm just going there real quick. I passed by a middle-aged woman, and when I passed by, I overheard her say, "This is what's wrong with society. No one's talking to each other." Like the most I would say to this bitch is, "Hey."
Society. Yeah.
Like just making some big speech about how no one talks to each other.
Yeah. And similarly, I think I told you this story before. In my area where I live, I'm not going to dox myself here, but I basically live in the old Rockford, Illinois, which is one of the most dangerous places, like, in America. So, walking around, I don't do it much often anyways, but, you know, it's probably a testament to why I'm still alive. Anyways, I was doing some walking with some friends, because the car broke down. And, like, we were like, well, shit. Luckily, a friend lived somewhere nearby, so we were like, we were going to get their dad, and they were going to help. As we were, like, kind of walking, we came across this kind of old, crotchety kind of lady, a bit overweight, you know. There were some defining features. A, she was smoking a cigar, you know, as you might expect. And B, she had her, like, one of her hands all the way down her pants. I don't know what was going on there, but, like, it was just there, and she never took it out. And I didn't look too much, you know. I didn't want to. Didn't want to. Yeah. So as we were kind of walking, one of my friends was like, "Ah, shit! Like, just don't look." And like, we kind of walk, and then this lady, she turns and just screams, like, "What the fuck did you say about me?" And like we just didn't look. We were just like, "Go, keep going."
Just go.
And we did. And then we ended up at the house. It's a fairly tame story, but
still an entertaining one.
I didn't expect it. It just kind of happened. We were like, okay, just keep going. I was also carrying like a sharp rock with me just in case anyone was gonna try and fucking kill us, and I was ready. Let me tell you.
And you threw that rock in her vagina.
That'd be quite a feat, wouldn't it? That'd be an accomplishment. That isn't a life achievement. If we really are in a simulation, I just wish there were achievements.
Man, how can I speedrun this?
That was a meme for a while, wasn't it? Speedrunning, and just then speedrunning life.
Speedrunners in general.
I saw one meme where it was one of those stupid GIF memes that I don't know why I love them so much. Like my favorite type of meme, where it's just like a stupid sped up GIF with a dumb caption. There was one with where a guy was like smiling on a GIF of a guy smiling on a hospital bed or something, and the caption was, "Life speedrunners after paying $25 million, like $25,000 to expand their uterus so they can pee faster."
25 million.
I don't know, something like that. And there's a lot of those too.
And
particularly,
we're gonna fuck over this next generation in terms of humor.
That's the thing, though. I mean, I get the impression, and I kind of the sense that humans have always kind of been the same in the sense where we like stupid shit, and really, the past generations aren't so different from us. I mean, teenagers and whatnot, and the way they interact with
goddamn millennials, always on their phones.
Okay, boomer. I hate that so much.
Oh, it's a stupid meme, but it's funny from how controversial it got.
Yeah, the simp wars. That was.
Oh,
yes. Are you a simp, Tyc?
I don't know. I don't simp over anyone in particular.
Yeah. You know what it mean? You know what the word means, right?
Yes.
You don't
basically worshipping a woman.
You don't misuse it. That was the thing, though. It got so popular. People were like just saying simp in any context. Like, a man poops on the floor. And he's like, "Man, what a simp." And it's like, it doesn't fucking mean it. Listen, I'm not some meme.
Not a meme master.
Yeah. But I am a literary man. Correct uses of words. What, of course.
Yes, understand the differences between simp and incel.
Please, for the love of God. Yeah. Anyways.
Are you red-pilled or blue-pilled?
Purple-pilled. The big one.
You take right both there. Of them.
I crunch them up. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, what a podcast. 30 minutes of content.
We've already fucking run out of shit to talk about. No, we haven't.
Nah.
Back to Twitter, they're kind of whole demographic we're going for, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe we could do I was thinking, what are we gonna do with this? How are we gonna work with this podcast? I feel like it's gonna morph a lot as we just decide to do whatever we feel like doing.
Indeed, it will.
The Frank Pepe again. We were joking about doing a podcast because, again, here's the story. We were having a very difficult time thinking of a name for this. We eventually settled on blockchain because our friend was very cool and creative, and we weren't. But they heard it was a podcast name generator website, and I think our friend Frank was in the call at the time as well. I think Tyc was doing it.
Yeah, and I punched in just a couple names.
Yeah.
And then one of them was just the name Frank on its own.
Yeah. And so it gives you a whole bunch of options. And one of the podcast names that were generated was just 100% Frank. And we were like, We liked that way too much. It's actually not the name of the podcast. We were joking, like, what if that's a segment where for like just 5 minutes, it's just Frank just talking about like a crazy story, because he can go on for like hours. Because he's got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, like that time when. Oh, guess the censors wouldn't allow that.
You're gonna use your fucking soundboard on the podcast. Did that even pick it up in Audacity?
It does, because it's technically a mic input.
I guess it is.
The censor thing on the Go XLR, it's like its own dedicated button.
Yeah.
It's very funny. It's a great investment that I made here. Like, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year.
We could have some funny post edits, post audio edits, like right here. That was pretty funny.
It was very funny.
You better fucking put something there, or else I'm gonna beat your ass. I won't, actually. I'm not violent. I'm not a violent man.
You're not a Scorpio.
Yeah, not like Sebo.
A very secretive, violent man.
Was it that he hates patience, too? Is that...
He hates passive people.
He hates passive people. We're not gonna let him get away from this one.
No. We're going to continue making fun of him once he's an actual guest.
He's going to leave.
He's going to leave halfway through because he's got work or something. Or,
probably,
he might just want to touch his pee-pee. He's a very horny man, possibly more horny than I am.
That's not possible. That's the thing. The Twitter account for the podcast, the blockchain one, it follows us, of course. Got to boost those numbers. And I'll look through the timeline of that account, and it's like just porn. It's all porn just because it follows Tyc.
Yes.
It's like Tyc like this. Tyc retweeted this. It's like
I don't retweet it. I just retweet memes.
I don't even need my own NSFW account. I can just go on the blockchain one and
just save a couple images.
Yeah.
For research purposes.
NSFW warning, but do you have a archive of that media, would you say?
No.
You have somewhere you store that?
No. There's always Twitter compression. That's mainly
you don't save the images you come across?
Nah.
I've heard legends of the Dropbox. I haven't got much clarification.
That's mainly Sebo's thing. That's Sebo's thing. I jokingly asked for access, and then I see many things that Seb was into. So much penis, just a lot of penis.
So, he is a Scorpio.
Of course.
And a bottom.
He just uploaded 4 images today. This Friday. I'm looking at it on my phone.
It's still going on. I was under the impression that it was like an old thing.
It started, when was it? 2017. Holy shit.
Bro.
Oh, it's funny sometimes, like, when he accidentally puts in memes in here. Like, he put in rows of images of just Homestuck. Not Homestuck porn, just regular old Homestuck.
Yeah. Just Scorpio things, I guess.
Yeah, he's a very secretive man, as I've said multiple times.
It appears I got a timer going. We have just encroached a bit after 30 minutes. So,
woo!
Hey, halfway there.
Hey!
I mean, I assume the episodes will go for about, like an hour or something, roughly that. If we got something good going, we'll extend it, but
Yes. If we have extra bits of content, like 100% Frank.
100% Frank. Speaking of the segments thing, I was thinking maybe, since it's a whole kind of Twitter-related thing, we could pick through some interesting trends going on in the moment of recording. For me, there's, nothing interesting. I feel like I remember...
See what's trending. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is trending in Canada.
Wow. Yeah. I live in Illinois. I think I've mentioned. Yeah, Rockford, Illinois-ish. You know, near there. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of going back to the Twitter artist thing, are there any particular accounts or artists that you admire, that you like, that you so desperately want them to follow you back?
There's too many.
There's too many?
No. I don't have like particular artist tabs open, save for a small hand of mutuals there's so many memes in my timeline that I've made a separate account just to follow mutuals, and I still get memes.
Yeah.
Oh, my timeline's a mess. That I don't see like many of I guess you could say my favorite artists.
Yeah. For me, there's some mutuals that it's like, A, why the hell did they follow me? And B, when the hell did they follow me? Because it surely wasn't when I was actually putting out decent content. If I can, at WonderWaffle93, yes, a mutual of mine.
Come to the podcast.
I have no idea. I have no idea how that happened. And yet, John Bob still won't put me in his Twitter banner.
Oh, we should put in a little disclaimer that we have nothing against John Bob. We're just having lighthearted fun.
Yeah, I mean, he did leave the server. We were joking about that too. I have literally no idea what that means, but apparently that was a thing.
Because saying any left the server.
Bleep that.
I don't know what he meant.
Bleep that name. We don't want to accidentally do anything.
No, we're going. Otherwise, we won't be in the banner.
Seriously, though, bleep the name. We don't want to accidentally do anything.
I will. It's gonna be fucking only people that we've talked to like since last night, Thursday. Like they're the only ones that are going to get it.
Yeah. Well, you know, we can have our inside jokes.
Yes.
We
will not come out public with it yet.
The Twitter artist at QWERTY_soda, also an old mutual of mine. I don't understand how it happened, you know. Because, like, I never talked to these people, of course. I did some art for good old Quartz, but really don't know how that happened. It was a while ago, too.
Yes.
Did I even mention how many followers I had? Because that was, like, a thing I brought up earlier. If I didn't, I'm at 411 currently. At this very moment. Yes.
QWERTY's at 31.8k. I have their Twitter open right now.
So close. Almost there, boys. Almost there.
Almost
keep on
there.
That grind. Keep on getting that bread, boys. No. It is cool, though, to see, to compare how my average then versus now is. Like, I can pump something out and it regularly gets, like, on a good day, it's like 50. On a more poor day, it's like 20. So, I mean, that's insinuating that I post every day. Not to flex or anything, but,
you're a content creator.
Because back then, it was like, only your closer friends and stuff that just happened to cross your stuff.
7 likes.
Yeah, and even 7 was good, you know, back then. And even so, maybe it's just that I have more friends now, and it's still just them liking it.
Very surreal.
That's probably it. I don't have any real fans. No. How is anyone going to donate to the OnlyFans? Yes. Actually, a little story I want to tell is that back long ago, when I was first starting out, you know, posting stuff, doing whatever, there was I didn't know what I was getting into, so I made a funny little tweet that said, and this was back when I was drawing on my phone, you know, before I had a computer. The tweet essentially said, "I will draw anyone who retweets this fighting each other or something." And it got way too much attention. And I tried. I made like 3 separate attempts to like do it. Not the exact same thing, but I gave up every single time. Initially, it was like, okay, I'm going to try and draw everyone who was in it. Couldn't do that. And then it was like, later down the line, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take my mutuals, and I'm going to draw all them beating the shit out of each other. Couldn't do that. Because A, it was a lot of work, and B, a lot of the mutuals weren't mutuals anymore, like, after that point. So, it was just like, I give up on that one. And I feel like there was a third attempt. I don't really know. I think I want to do a third attempt, but it's just my closer friends. And it got smaller and smaller every time, but yeah. Man.
Just like that Minecraft resource pack.
I forgot about that one. I completely forgot about that. I forgot that was a thing. Oh my god. Yeah, I do have that to work on still. I was working on that hard, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were like testing it out and shit.
I released some things, but I gotta finish that. Yeah. Long story short, I decided to make a Minecraft resource pack, but all the mobs are funny Twitter artists that I like. You know, so that could only go well. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it's done, we'll put it on the Minecraft websites that distribute the resource packs.
I don't even know.
It's gonna get so popular.
I never really even planned to distribute it or for anyone to really play it, because I honestly doubted I would finish it even. But it's like a thing in the background, I guess I could still work on. I've got a lot of them in there about already, like 20. But it's difficult. It's a very good creative exercise to be like, okay, which person fits which mob, and how can I implement that into this creature, which was really fun. And also a lot of effort and way too much time to like care. So I kind of dropped it off. But like it's in the background. It's still there. I did learn how to make a resource pack, so I now know how to do all that, which is really cool. You know, I love doing that though. I love learning how to make more cool things, even though I never do it. You know, it's the curse of being an artist. You know, it's like, oh,
yes,
I want to make this cool thing. All right, make it. No, I don't want to do it anymore.
Make it now.
No. Draw. I'm actually getting back into drawing because I stopped for way too long, and then I was like, that's the thing though, you stop drawing and then you try and draw again, you're just like, god damn, I'm terrible at it now. And then like, but you gotta remember, you gotta realize, it's like, just keep at it and you'll eventually fit back into that place, you know. It'll be like yada yada yada, whatever. As an artist, as artists, what's the thing you really don't like drawing? What's the thing you like hate drawing?
Heads.
Some difficult heads, really?
Heads, particularly like trying to make them fit with the body. I always draw the body first when I'm doing like dynamic poses.
Oh, I get that.
And trying to make the head fit in just looks weird. The head's either too big or too small. Drawing heads on their own are kind of fun sometimes. Yeah.
I like headshots a lot. For me, it's the obvious stuff. Feet and hands. But honestly, feet more. Like feet, I don't know. I just haven't, for the longest time, I never drew legs. Or just people legs in general. And it's finally catching up to me, so I gotta start doing that. And I feel like my poses are very static. Really gotta up my game. Get more interesting. I think Seb was really good at poses and perspective and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, he's been doing that for years.
Yeah, I haven't.
And yet he's used a mouse for most of the time.
Oh yeah, he does. He draws with his mouse. That fucking Scorpio. Fucking course he would.
He just doesn't want to use his Cintiq again. That cheap bastard.
He's a mad man, mad lad. Kind of speaking of tech, care to tell the audience how many monitors you have?
I'm currently using 2, but in total I have 4, 5, 6. A lot.
fucking yeah.
It's mainly because like I either got it secondhand, or the monitors I'm using now I bought like brand new.
Yeah, and I've been trying way too hard to just try and get a second monitor because it'd be really useful for me. But like, god damn it,
there's just so many options.
I remember seeing a picture of your room, and it was like so many. It was way too many.
It was the entire corner of my room.
It's
a bunch of monitors.
If you want to, maybe you could pop it up on screen, but you don't have to anyways. But yeah. Yeah, I only have one. I have basic setup. I did recently get some epic rainbow LED lights to put around my setup.
You are now a gamer.
Cool. Yes. A real gamer after all.
It's about time too.
Yeah. Speaking of games, what kind of games do you like? What do you play?
I like playing I guess you could say mission-based games lately. I've been playing a lot of Payday again.
Mission-based games, yeah. Well, like FPS games or like
yes, FPS. The first game that I remember playing was GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah?
I still have that Nintendo 64 and its controller somewhere.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm a real big Nintendo guy because that's what I grew up with. Nintendo and PS4, and only recently PC Master Race, of course. Oh.
Yes, we have come down similar paths. Although I really liked... hang on.
Quick cut.
Back in the early 2010s, you could say, I liked using the... I like playing on the Xbox, because my cousins had some just sort of lying around. They were like young children, and they didn't really care.
Yeah.
For a short period of time, my aunt had an Xbox with her, and she just left it here with me and my grandmother, because I live with my grandmother.
Yeah. What was your first game? Do you ever remember the first kind of video game you played, but like actual video game, excluding those educational ones and stuff?
Sonic Rush for the DS.
Sonic Rush? Oh, yeah. For me, I believe it was Spyro the Dragon on original PlayStation.
Yeah,
and I had all three of them. I
remember playing Crash Bandicoot on the original PlayStation.
Yeah, I never played the original Crash Bandicoots. I only played and loved the bad ones, like Crash of the Titans and stuff. But goddamn, say whatever you want about that game, but it really, really inspired my artistic endeavors. Because I used to love drawing monsters. I still do, but like, I don't draw enough. I gotta do it more, because I used to love designing aliens and whatnot. My favorite shit, like, as a kid. Speaking of like inspirations in video games and stuff, I'm a huge Metroid fan. The Metroid Prime series was the Metroid Prime trilogy. I got that for the Wii, and god damn, it's my favorite games ever. Not only just for the gameplay and whatever, but the artistic side it had for me. Like, I was so inspired by everything I saw in that game because I loved sci-fi. I still love sci-fi. And like all the aliens and cool stuff, man, that was like the first instance I was like, I want to make art for video games or just make video games, and like that became a big passion of mine. I haven't actually gotten around to learning how to do that, except for the art bit, so, you know.
You'll do that someday.
Someday, eventually. I got my whole life ahead of me.
Now that you have all this time ahead of you, since you graduated, from what I've heard.
Oh, I have graduated high school by the skin of my neck, or however the expression goes. I barely passed. All right, I failed so many classes. I basically, like, if I didn't pass every single class I had senior year, I wouldn't have been able to graduate. So I did, luckily, even though most of them were like C or below. But whatever, I passed. I'm good. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm good.
And now we're going to have a successful career podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to drop everything in podcast.
How was your high school experience, Tyc?
Oh, I dropped out pretty early on, but some of the people, for the microsecond I was in high school, it was pretty good.
Why'd you drop out?
There was some friends, like I met an old friend from kindergarten because he moved out in like 2012. Yeah.
Cool.
Although I lost contact with him after I dropped out.
Yeah.
And before this whole lockdown thing happened, one thing that I do sometimes is that I just go out and explore the city. And I remember going through an old neighborhood, reminiscing on old times. On the way back home, I decided to take a long route because there's a bus that goes directly in front of my apartment, and I think I saw my old friend just heading his way to school pretty early on. It looked exactly like him. He had the same haircut. He looked a little older. Funny thing
It'd be weird if he didn't.
Yeah, it would. I say a little older because he's got that baby face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a certain Scorpio we know.
Oh, he's a disgusting gremlin. He's a troll. Sebo's a troll.
Is he?
I don't know.
I
don't know what he looks like these days. He's probably got longer hair and looking exactly the same with a pizza face.
Yeah. Pizza face. Anyways, yeah, like the last 3 times I've taken a walk, I ran into the exact same friend, like, each of those times. And he's like, got skateboarding and stuff, and it's like... I just didn't really expect it, of course. We said hi and everything. Because that's the thing, now that I've graduated, a lot of my senior friends and other friends, it's like, man, I'm not going to see these people much anymore.
They're going to college and you're staying in good old Missouri.
I'm not in Missouri, but I'm not going to college either. At least not right now. I don't really plan to, because like...
You could take a gap year.
Maybe community college, you know. But,
community.
It's just, I'm not trying to diss community college, it's just I don't really want to go to college, period. Again, at least not right now. So, we'll see. Because it's a lot of money and dedication and stuff.
Yes.
And all that.
Donate to our Patreon.
So I can go to college. No.
Oh, I've been joking around so much about branding the blockchain. It is it's very fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell merch.
I see.
Like, no, we're not gonna put like the logo on shirts or anything. It's gonna be really weird, obscure stuff like wristbands, you know.
Yes. So you could chain them together. Hey.
Yeah. Magnets with our logo on it. Where would we even get magnets to sell and put our logo on?
Who would we commission and buy in bulk?
I don't know. Little flip notes, sticky notes.
We'll ask Kumo because he knows everyone. I don't know.
At Kumo something.
Kumo Salsa?
Yes, at Kumo Salsa.
Yeah, he commissions people to make little dolls of his character. That could be I'm surprised not many YouTubers have like little plushes of their like little Sona. Or I guess not Sona. I guess it's more appropriate is brand.
You big YouTube stars are too cool to have Sonas. But yeah, I would love to get one of that, like a little fucking Vel guy I could bolt against my wall.
The Vel action figure. Put it in your jar.
Oh my god, do you know how fucking cool that would be? I swear to Christ. I want to make that. It's also kind of been a dream of mine. I want to learn to 3D model and then 3D print that, like a little Vel action figure. It would suck, but it'd be really cool. Like, honestly, just little physical things like a plushie or a little figurine of a character you designed is something I've always dreamed of, because it's just really cool. Like OCs in general, oh god, I love OCs. I love character design creation. That's all that, the story elements that go into it too. Like, not even just designing a character, but writing a story and more characters to interact with it. Like, I really need to step up my game and get into that. You into that much? You make OCs, write stories?
I like make little designs, but I don't have any backstories. I have like rough ideas, but they're very like I haven't written them down anywhere.
I believe you mentioned that art isn't your main focus.
No, my real passion is in filmmaking, film production. Mm-hmm. That's always interested me at a young age. Whenever back in DVDs, I always watched behind the scenes. Like sometimes I didn't even bother watching the movie. I just wanted behind the scenes. How was this made? How did they make this epic shot without CGI?
You have no respect for CGI.
No, I have no respect for your glorified animated movie. Disney.
Could some of those like I mean, yeah. It's like Lion King, isn't that like called live action? Even though it really isn't. Like,
it's all mocap.
Okay. Yes, they really got lions. I can't wait for the Twitter artist live action movie. I was actually doing a thing where we were joking that I would write a book about the Twitter artist experience. What was it fucking called? What do we have it? The
Vel's Twitter artists declassified artist survival guide. Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen by episode 100.
Electric's declassified Twitter artist survival guide. Yeah, episode 100. It's gonna be a real thing.
After we interview a bunch of guests.
Like if we get.
Shadman.
We were also joking. Oh, that's the thing. That we really plan for one of the kind of the gimmicks of the podcast is to have a bunch of like artist guests on for cool stories and other things to talk about. Because we were joking that the very first guest we have is Shadman.
Then the next guest is someone like there. The Odd Ones Out.
Yeah.
Someone very, very brand friendly, big
also,
name.
Absolutely impossible to get on. I swear to God. If Shadman is ever on the podcast, I'm gonna die.
It's gonna be fucking infamous. It's what we're gonna be known for is having
get out of the, fucking
the most
way,
infamous not safe for work artist as a guest, and then immediately after that, someone completely brand friendly.
Get out of the fucking way, Inkplasm. Step aside, John Bob. We got Shadman on our podcast. That's the thing. How do you fucking lower the bar after that? Then it's like everyone else would be disappointing.
Hey, NordVPN. Hello.
Yes, Dr. Philip NordVPN himself.
We just start bringing in people that aren't even in the Twitter artist community.
We get sponsored by grabbing actual like representatives of a company and putting them on the podcast.
We get their ambassadors.
Hey guys, today on the podcast we have Mr. John Squarespace. Welcome.
So how did you build that website?
Well, it's easy with Squarespace. And then, man, if we could get sponsors, like shit, that'd be scary and stupid.
It would, especially since we established early on is that this is not safe for work. This is not your kid stuff.
Not for kids. Rad, get the fuck out of here.
Raid Shadow Legends, please. We're desperate.
We will get a Raid Shadow Legend on the podcast. Just you wait. All right. Though. Who would you want on the podcast? Like, not even meme wise. Like, who do you think would legitimately be cool to have on the podcast?
Stone Toss.
Stop! You're being memey again. I'm asking you a serious question, and you're doing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, a lot of them are kind of memey.
Well, of course, Frank.
Yeah, well, like our friends, I guess. You know, it's the criteria though. You have to have a decent mic. You know,
not this headset shit.
Hell yeah. You have been recording with the right mic this whole time, right?
I have.
Okay, good. Because last time we did a test, you did the wrong mic. Or something.
It synced anyway. By like 2 seconds late.
Yeah.
Don't worry, viewers, we have strategies.
Strategy. But yeah, I don't really, like, memes aside, I don't really plan to shoot real high with this. It is blatantly just for fun. Like,
yes.
we really don't. I would probably continue it even if we never got viewers. Because it's just fun. I like this. I was afraid that I wouldn't, but I have really been liking this. How about you, Tyc?
Yeah, I've been having a good time. It's very rare that I actually talk with a friend. Like, it's always just send meme, laugh.
Yeah, that's the thing. This feels like a new experience. Like, we're in VC so often, and it's, you don't have an expectation to have to perform. Like, we're not performing, but it's like you don't have to be entertaining at all. But like here, it's like we can actually talk to an open audience, that isn't there because no one's watching.
Fun.
But, yeah, have actual legitimate fun. Well, anyways, Tyc, I don't know about you, but it's been nearly an hour, a bit over.
Yeah.
We
should have cut out all the awkward silence that's been in between.
Well, you don't cut out every little silence. You don't have to cut out the silence because then it's just gonna be jump cuts every time.
It's gonna happen.
No. Anyways, so
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been the Blockchain Podcast. I hope you have all enjoyed your stay here and tune in for more content in the future. Tyc, what's your leaving line?
Pee.
And poop. We'll catch you next time. All right.
More.
See ya.